Hey guys, I'm back. It is December 4th, and this is my December 4th Vlogmas vlog. One of the questions that I have been asked was about my intuitive eating and not tracking and that kind of thing, and how I transitioned and how it's working for me. So I tracked for years and years and years. That makes it sound really bad. Maybe after VSG, I probably tracked for at least 2, maybe 3 years. I'm 7 years out now. Which got me very, very familiar with the food statistics, all the macros, the, calories, fat, protein, carbs, net carbs, all that stuff. And because I'm a creature of habit, I kind of eat the same things over and over. I definitely learned those stats very well. So even if I didn't track, I was tracking it in my head because I just know it. Then I didn't track for a while, and I had regain. I think I gained about 25 pounds at my highest, and then quickly got that in check, and that's when I found keto. I've been doing keto hardcore since August of 2016, so over 2 years. When I started keto, I started tracking again because it was a whole new ball game. The carbs were much lower. I needed to learn how much fat things had. Before, I never really paid attention to fat. I didn't avoid it, but I didn't look for it. I just ate based on, like, when I wasn't doing keto, I tried to keep my carbs like less than 50. And then when I went to keto, it was less than 20. So it was a bit of a change. So I did have to track when I first did keto. And I probably tracked for at least a year. It's hard for me to remember, but probably at least a year. And then again, I got my core foods that I eat over and over and over again. And one of the things I did after being keto for over a year was start shying away from prepackaged foods. I have a real problem. There's so many like facets to this, but I don't trust the food companies that what they put on the labels are accurate ever, any of them. I know they have wiggle room, and I think they take that and run with it. So I don't trust those labels, and I don't always trust the ingredients, and it just seems to be smarter to avoid that if you can. And do I eat prepackaged food sometimes? Yes, but it's drastically less than what I used to eat. Now I try and stick to more whole foods like eggs and meat that I cook myself. I don't even eat that many veggies anymore, but that's a whole other video we can talk about. But if I am, it's not going to be a prepackaged veggie. It's going to be something that I'm cooking, steaming or boiling, cooking myself. That way I know exactly what is going into my body. And it's not going to have a bunch of preservatives and stuff. And not that I'm like this crazy, like, I don't eat preservatives kind of person. I just feel like I want to know exactly what I'm eating. And if you stick to the core things like meat, bread, oh my God, what the hell am I thinking? Meat, butter, cream, those are like my staples. Yeah, it's safer. And so when it comes to tracking, one of the things I used to get wrapped up in was I would give myself a calorie budget. And if I wasn't hungry, but I hadn't met my calorie budget, I knew I had, say, 100 calories left over, I would just eat something because the calories were available, which is not good. And then if I went over on my calories, I would feel guilty, which is not good. And there was always a question about, like, with the exercise that I do, should I eat those calories? Should I not eat those calories? And what it boils down to is, even with doing all, like, the DEXA scan and all the different testing you can do, you don't really know how many calories your body's burning. And in any given day, it's going to fluctuate. And so how do you know how many calories you should be eating? You don't really know. So that's why I started moving towards the intuitive eating, because even when you track and you think you know how many calories you need to eat every day, or you want to eat every day, how do you know that those calories are really accurate that you're tracking? You don't. So I started doing more reading and researching on intuitive eating and just learning to listen to your body. And I know, like, right after surgery, I did not have a lot of hunger. I didn't have really any hunger. So If I would have only listened to my hunger cues then, I probably wouldn't have eaten hardly anything ever. But this far out, I do have hunger cues. With keto, it's much less because you don't have the spikes in blood sugar and insulin, so you don't have the dips. And but now I have more of like an empty feeling. I don't get shaky most of the time. The only time I have blood sugar issues is if I actually eat sugar, and then I'm coming down off of that, which is another reason that I avoid sugar. But now I try to, on a day that I'm not fat fasting, I usually, well, I always skip breakfast, and unless it's like a Sunday morning and the kids want something, and I might eat with the family. But for the most part, I don't eat until lunchtime, usually after 12. Don't stick to like, I'm going for 16 hours, and because I feel like that just stresses you out more. I just kind of listen to my body, and when it gets to be around lunchtime, if I'm feeling empty and like I want something, then I'll eat. If I can push it, I will. Sometimes I eat at 11 o'clock. Sometimes I don't eat until 3 o'clock. It really is just a matter of how I'm feeling that day. I do find that when I exercise, it kills my appetite. I know some people it stimulates it. For me, it kills my appetite. So if I work out on a Saturday morning, I could probably go until 4 o'clock without eating on a Saturday. So it just depends. And so I think the best thing is to listen to my body. A lot of times I do feel more hunger on a certain day, and I do feel like a bottomless pit, and we always kind of say that. And I feel like when I have those days, it's because my body needs something, and I am supposed to eat more on those days. And on the days when I don't feel like eating, I don't eat. And I think that's your body's way of self-regulating. But you have to really, really be in tune with your body to decide, is this head hunger or is this real hunger? And honestly, I still struggle with that. This far out, I still struggle with food issues and the desire to eat. So I'm a constant work in progress, but I feel like being 7 years out and still maintaining my weight within like a certain range, I have a little bit of a confidence and for that success, but I still feel like if I don't stay aware and stay on top of it, it could slip away. It's very easy. You see it happen to people all the time. But the longer I do this and the longer I pay attention, the more confident I get that this is, truly a lifestyle change, honestly. My biggest fear really is if something were to happen with my arthritis and I would not be able to exercise anymore, that would drastically change how I eat. And because I just see with like the last 3 weeks not exercising regularly and eating just a little bit off plan, the weight came on like that. So it's a very good reminder of what could happen if I stop paying attention for a little while. So all right, I am going to put in some video of from my step class last night. This class is super stepped up. It's Corey's calling it the bounce step cardio, and I burned 800 calories last night in 1 hour. It is intense, but it's awesome. It's fun. The time flies by because it just goes so fast. So I will put in a few little clips if you're interested, and I may come back and check in later today just to kind of let you know what I'm doing. I just got a Starbucks. I'm having a coffee. It is noon right now. I won't be eating for a while because I'm having a coffee. It'll probably be a couple of hours before I eat. So all right, I will talk to you later. Go out and make it happen. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Turn it right here! Come on! Come on! Come on! We got 4, 3, 2, turn it right here! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! 1, 3, 2, turn it right here! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
beer.